Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today we're going to be discussing a year in fragrance, and this is a concept that's been on YouTube for years and years and years. I saw Claire Smith do it recently. I think I've seen Rebecca Collazo do it. I am not doing mine based off of Zodiac. I am doing mine based solely off of me just choosing a month and pairing a fragrance with it based off the seasons that we have here in the Midwest. So if you're interested to see what I chose, let's jump right into the video. First up, we're going to be discussing one from the House of Hermetica, and this is called Amber Bee. Now, I want to start off by saying that this is absolutely not a safe blind buy. So when I first smelled this fragrance, I did not like it that much. There was something that was very off-putting to me. It's just not an easy reach, mass appealing type of fragrance at first smell. However, it has since then grown on me and I do like it. It still won't be a repurchase, but I do love the amber in here. The notes say it's amber, powdery notes, bergamot, and woody notes. I don't know what was rubbing me the wrong way initially with this fragrance, but it just smells so good to me now. And I may even have to bite back on that it won't be a repurchase. I said that based off of my first initial impressions, but as I'm sitting here smelling it right now, it smells really, really good. And I'm a sucker for amber. So we'll see. But for January, because it is really cold here, that is like our first full month of winter here in the Midwest, in the United States. And I just like this for fall and winter. The colder it is, the better it pulls to me. So that's why I chose it for January. And also too, because it begins with an A. I'm not even going to play. I chose fragrances on this list according to how I was feeling that day. Guys, there is not really going to be any rhyme or reason to it. It is what it is. But when it comes to Hermetica's Amber Bee, if you like amber fragrances, if you like a little bit of woodiness, for some reason it still pulls a little spicy to me. That could be that bergamot kick vibing very well with those powdery notes. This is pretty. It is pretty. It has a little bit of sex appeal to it. Again, you must like the note of amber in order for you to pull this off. I do like it. Perfect for January. February is the month of love since it hosts Valentine's Day. It's African American History Month or Black History Month. And it is also the second full month of winter. So I wanted to go with something sweet yet bold. Something that is just loved in FragCom, by most. I myself am on the fence with it. It is one that I would like to work my way through since I never ever reach for it. I never ever wear it. And I thought February just fit perfectly. So this is from the House of Killian, and this is Love by Killian. Don't be shy. There's a rumor out there somewhere that that's what Rihanna wears. I mean, I don't, of all the things in the world, I can't even imagine why she would choose this one. But this has so many citrus notes. There's neroli in here. It also has so many different florals. There's jasmine and honeysuckle, I believe rose and iris. I mean, it's doing a lot. And then there's also coriander and like pepper. I don't know if it's black pepper. I think it's black pepper. I don't think it's pink pepper, but it's some kind of pepper. And then there's also, just like vanilla and musk and civet, caramel as well. This is a very good inspiration fragrance for this, or dupe fragrance, is from the House of Layered, and it's called Caramel Overdose. But the orange blossom in here is what it's known for, along with that caramel. But the civet, y'all know that's that booty juice where they have synthesized now, but they used to take the anal glands, that's disgusting, of a beaver or an animal. And why, bro? Like, who in their right mind decided to squeeze the anal glands of an animal? First of all, what were you up to? Like, why were you even, like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? The booty juice for me. It's the, in my mind, I want to say the reason that somebody would even, just come on, is because they were like, they're trappers, they're hunter-gatherers. Maybe they realized that real strong, nasty, disgusting, potent smell warded off like big animals like bears or something that would come for them. And so they started to cover themselves with it. And because they would always come home smelling like that, their wives eventually got used to it, or maybe it even became a turn on for them because it was like, ooh, that's the way he smelled when he be out hunting and gathering for me, bringing back their food and stuff, and providing, because that's what we want as women. We want our men to be providers of something, support, whether it's emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, all of the above, whatever. For those of us who date men, I'm just going to be quiet on that tip. But maybe they got used to it and then it became like let's put that in a cologne. Like, that is the only way that can make sense to me. Because again, I'm going to need to know why you was messing with somebody's anal glands, family. Not getting, matter of fact, if that's what you was doing, you're not my family. But anyway, the civet. That is what drives me crazy in this fragrance. That is what just is, For the month of March, because it is still relatively chilly and even cold, we can even get snow and lots of rain. I wanted to go with something sexy, something that would just set the mood despite the weather being completely bipolar. This is Red Kiss from Loverdose. This is an inexpensive banger. If you're looking for something that is super sexy, that is versatile, you can wear it whenever you want to, but I really feel like it is, better suited for date night. But again, I would wear it in the month of March, when you're right before you're getting ready to go into spring, full-fledged spring. It just smells so good. It's the apple in here, the sugar note. I love a good sugar note. There's amber in here. There's cacao pod. Guys, I think there's orange blossom in here too. There are so many notes in this fragrance. I might have to put the notes list up for you guys, but I'm telling you, it just smells good. I know people have been talking about this for years. Demi Rollin had been talking about this. Limelight Lass is the one who made me go ahead and bite the bullet with this one. But inexpensive, powerhouse fragrance. Now, I'm not talking about beast mode. Now, when we first put it on, it absolutely projects and the sillage is amazing. I do top up with this every 3 to 4 hours in the cold weather. However, in the springtime, I think it could probably last maybe a 4 to 6 if you are a heavy sprayer and you spray your clothes like me, not just your skin. So, but it's so sexy. It is so sexy and inexpensive. See, that's what makes it even more sexy. Not to mention the packaging. Like, I love a heart. The red and the black, it goes well together. April is a full month of spring weather. You're still going to get some cold days. You're going to get some warm days, rainy days. I decided to jump over to the house of Belle Centaur out of the UK. And I want to talk to you guys about Serotonin, which is a play on serotonin. This is one outstanding, truly phenomenal orange blossom fragrance. There's so much going on in here. I love the note of carnation. I've told you guys before. I do believe there's ylang ylang in here and some jasmine maybe, and some tuberose for sure. That tuberose, you just can't miss it. There's also like musk in here, maybe some amber, honey, and also vetiver and patchouli. I think you may also have some bergamot in here too, some kind of citrus to open it up. And the orange blossom is just so pretty. But that vetiver and patchouli combo makes this spicy, but not overly spicy, because you guys know I wouldn't like it if it was. But it just gives it a little bit of pizzazz, some spunk, some personality. So again, that is Serotonin from Belle Centaur. This is definitely one of my favorite orange blossom fragrances. I know I did that list last year, but I'm going to have to redo it because I've actually picked up quite a few new orange blossom fragrances. And this one here is definitely going to be in the top 3, maybe top 2. Next up, we're going to talk about a fragrance that I'm actually kind of sort of on the fence about. You're supposed to wear this in the spring and the summer, I truly do believe. However, I prefer it in the colder winter months or fall months because it can be cloying. This is one of those fragrances that has hibiscus in it, of course, but it also has ylang ylang and frangipani, which makes it feel tropical and like beachy. Then you also have like some coconut milk in here. You also have ginger, I think some musk, maybe some vanilla. I love hibiscus palm in theory. When I am smelling it here, it's so good. It's so pretty. And then something happens when I put it on and I'm like, this feels like a supreme load of tuberose. I just jumped head first into it and just rolled around in it. And that's not my vibe. Yeah, I know I don't do tuberose like that. But that's what I just, so when I wear this, I don't know why I chose this for May. As I'm thinking about this list now, I think I was thinking florals, something I rarely ever reach for that I would like to get into and get used to. But I remember when I smell it here that I'm like, yeah, no, I would much rather go for this in fall. If I am craving florals in the fall, I would reach for this more than I would in May. But we're already here, so I'm not changing it now. However, I would only wear about 3 or 4 sprays of this, probably on the forearms or in the bend of my arm for the post point. Then maybe, just one burst in the front on my shirt. And maybe do that again midday. But I don't think I would want to spray 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sprays of this at any, given moment. That would be akin to spraying. Like, I remember one time when my child sprayed like 8 or 10 sprays of Velvet Tuberose by Mansara and sent me to work. Like, she was like, Mommy, can I spray your perfume on? And I let her. Or was it the time? I think what happened was I had already sprayed my clothes and she came and did it too. I think that's actually how it happened. However it happened, it was a disaster. And I talked about that in a video when it just was like, I was choking. And I know everybody in my building was. They were just too nice to say something. But you just don't want to overdo it with this one in the heat. And we can get some hot weather here in May. It's May now. It's actually Mother's Day night. So happy Mother's Day to all of you ladies who are mothers and mother figures. I think that this is one of those ones, like it's going to be like 94 degrees tomorrow or something like that, or Tuesday. And I just would not want to be wearing this in those temperatures unless it was like 2, 3, max 4 sprays. So again, that is Hibiscus Palm from the House of Aaron. It's June, so it's summer and it's hot. I want something that's cooling and refreshing. So we're going to jump over to the House of Atelier Cologne. We're going to be talking about Pacific Lime. You're going to get a beautiful use of lime in here. There's going to be some lemon, there's coconut, and then there is spearmint and eucalyptus. This is good. Pacific Lime is so good. I prefer this one to Pomelo Paradise, which I actually gifted away or donated because I never reached for it. But this one here is zesty. It gives you a kick, and then it's got that cooling eucalyptus, spearmint, minty type of vibe to it. So that is going to be perfect for the month of June in this Midwest heat. July is even hotter than June, so I want to stick with a beautiful light burst of energy that it is, zesty and refreshing, but also very sweet, very feminine. This is perfection. This is from the House of Guerlain. This is from the Aqua Allegoria line, and this is called Limon Verde. My favorite from the Aqua Allegoria line. This is so beautiful. The perfect feminine lime fragrance. Doesn't get any better than this. It smells like a refreshing drink. I live for this fragrance. If you've ever listened to any of the Notes series, that's my playlist called the Notes series. If you've ever listened to the ones where I talk about the citruses or lime, or I talk about spring and summer fragrances, Limon Verde is always going to be a topic of discussion. It is just that good to me. And I've been searching for feminine lime fragrances because lime fragrances always run super unisex, leaning masculine, or full-fledged, full-on, full-blown masculine. It's not fair because lime is actually one of my favorite notes. So I will continue to stick with this when I have 2 backup bottles of Limon Verde. It's not a game. It's not a joke. And it's been discontinued. So that's the reason I had to move like I did. But Limon Verde is so incredibly beautiful with the sugar note, with the fruit notes, the lime. It just comes together. It really is beautiful to me. August is still going to bring us summer heat, but sometimes we get some really beautiful fall-like days. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Sun, which is one of my favorite flankers from the Light Blue collection. This one here is going to give you your lemon. You're going to get your frangipani. There's like white musk in here. There's some white rose and some woody notes, maybe some cedar in here. But this is a really clean, crisp, slightly musky, slightly citrusy, woody fragrance. Come on, you guys know, we all know what the light blue collection is doing for us. This is a phenomenal fragrance, perfect for August. You could also pull this off in September, but I chose it for August because it still just gives that summer vibe all the way. I mean, it's called light blue sun, for goodness sake, so we know it's meant for summer. Beautiful in the month of August. We still have a nice amount of heat in September here. And I really love citrus fragrances. Terra Squad, you already know this. It's not news to you. So I do want to traipse on into September and still be pulling heavy with the citrus. But this one is spicy. There's a beautiful amount of pepper in this one that just blends so well with the Clementine in this. This is Clementine, California from the House of Atelier Cologne. I love a spicy citrus. I really do. There's some juniper in here and some cypress. So it kind of gives you a foresty, zesty, spicy feel. But at first I didn't like this at all. And it is still probably my least favorite of them all. In the opening in the mid, the dry down turns into something extremely sexy. I think there's sandalwood in this. You know, sandalwood is my favorite wood note. So yes, again, that is Clementine, California. Perfect for the heat that you're still going to get in September. And even when it starts to turn a little bit cooler, this pairs well, being a citrus that also has that pepper and that woodiness to it. So I love it. The month of October is all about Halloween, so I wanted to choose a fragrance that, one, will never be a repurchase for me, and two, I feel like it's dressed up in the costume. I feel like the opening and mid of this is giving me something totally different from what it really is, because in the dry down, I really do enjoy it. It is a far cry from the brilliance of the original, but this is from the House of Azzaro, and this is Wanted Girl by Night. This smells just like grape Dimetapp when you first spray it. Listen, for as great as that stuff used to taste when I was a kid, I used to try to play like I was sick and my granny would never fall for it. But I would almost be super happy when I did catch a cold because I knew that Dimetapp was coming, tasting like grape Kool-Aid. What I do not want to smell like, though, is grape Dimetapp. So the opening of this and the mid of this is quite strange for me and really not my vibe. So when I get down to the dry down, I really appreciate it, but I'm not for having to wear a fragrance for 15-20 minutes before I enjoy it. So again, that is Wanted Girl by Night from Azzaro. It does not smell bad. I just don't want to smell like Dimetapp ever. November is chilly fall weather. Sometimes you get a nice day here and there, but for the most part, it's about the holidays. It's about chocolate and spices and all things yummy and delicious. Anything that does not include pumpkin, because that's disgusting. However, this one is from the House of Dua and it's inspired by fragrance. It is inspired by Guerlain's Gourmand Coquine. This is called Dark Chocolate, Rum, and Vanilla, again from the House of Dua. Perfection. Just one of my favorite chocolate fragrances, if not my favorite chocolate fragrance. Slightly boozy, lovely on the chocolate, beautiful vanilla notes. This is decadent. This is gourmand. This is everything you want around the fall time. I am here for dark chocolate, rum, and vanilla. I love gourmand coquine as well, but you can't beat the price when you compare the price of the bottle from Guerlain to Dua. Give me Dua all day long. You listen to the notes vanilla, caramel, and orchid, and you think, oh, that sounds pretty. And then you smell it, and it's the sexiest vanilla fragrance I own. My number one top favorite vanilla fragrance that I own. This is Vaniglia from the House of Mazzolari. Guys, I have been told she smells like everything from Cinnamon Toast Crunch to cupcakes, cakes, cookies, and most recently, graham crackers, which was interesting. I think that person had like a serious problem with their nose, but it just smells like glorious, beautiful, sexy enticingness. I love her for forever. And she's like $200 or $225, so I better love her. But again, that is Vaniglia from the House of Mazzolari, and that is my December fragrance. Of course, December is my birthday month. I had to go all out, full gourmand, and I had to go sexy, and I had to go with a favorite. So it had to be Vaniglia. That is it for my year in fragrance video. Please do not forget to click the like button and subscribe to my channel, as well as select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. As always, I want to talk to you guys in the comments. So if you want to play along, if you have a channel, you can do this concept. If not, go ahead and answer in the comment section if you dare. I mean, we're talking about 12 fragrances, so I'm here for it. Otherwise, just come talk to me in the comments anyway. Any questions you have regarding these fragrances, bring those to me too. So, as always, love talking to you in the comments, and until then, bye.